In the name of God. Weekend hike.
David invited Eva to join him for a hike on Saturday. Eva agreed happily because she loved spending time in nature. They decided to meet at the bus stop near her house early in the morning. David reminded her to bring a small suitcase with water and snacks. Eva checked the weather to make sure it wouldn't rain. They planned to take the bus to the starting point of the trail. Both were excited for their little adventure. On Saturday morning, Eva waited at the bus stop with her backpack. David arrived a few minutes late, but he had a good reason. He had forgotten his driver's license and had to go back home. Eva laughed and said, "We don't need it since we're taking the bus." The bus arrived, and they got on quickly. They found a seat near the window. The ride to the hiking trail was smooth and relaxing. When they reached the trail, Eva noticed how secluded the area was. There were no cars or traffic lights, just nature. David pointed to a sign that said, "Steep trail ahead." Eva felt a little nervous, but also excited. They started walking, and the path became steeper after a while. David encouraged her, saying, "The view will be worth it." Eva smiled and kept going. After an hour of hiking, they reached a small platform with a beautiful view. Eva took out her water bottle and drank deeply. David opened his suitcase and shared some snacks. They sat quietly, enjoying the peaceful moment. Far away, they could see an airplane flying in the sky. Eva said, "I wish we could fly like that." David laughed and agreed. As they continued hiking, David suddenly stopped. "Look over there," he said, pointing to a helicopter in the distance. Eva was surprised because she had never seen one so close. The helicopter flew low over the trees before disappearing. They wondered if it was a rescue mission. Eva checked her phone but had no signal. David assured her they were safe. The trail led them to a small gas station near the highway. They decided to take a short break there. Eva bought some juice while David filled his water bottle. A truck driver asked them if they needed a ride, but they politely refused. They still had a long way to go on foot. The highway was busy, but the hiking path was quiet. Later, they reached a parking lot where some hikers had left their cars. Eva noticed a bike leaning against a tree. David joked, "Maybe we should ride that instead of walking." Eva shook her head, preferring to hike. They took another short rest before continuing. The sun was starting to set, so they walked faster. Suddenly, Eva realized she had left her hat on the platform. David offered to go back, but Eva said it was okay. She didn't want to waste time. Instead, she covered her head with a scarf. The wind was getting colder as evening approached. They needed to finish the hike before dark. Finally, they reached the end of the trail near a railroad. Eva was tired but happy. David checked his watch and said, "We should hurry to catch the last bus." They walked quickly to the nearest bus station. Luckily, the bus was still there. They got on and found their seats. Eva leaned back, relieved. On the way back, Eva said, "This was a great class on hiking." David smiled and agreed. They had learned a lot about nature and themselves. Eva promised to look after their hiking gear better next time. David teased, "Just don't leave anything behind." They both laughed. It had been a perfect day.
Like and subscribe if you would like.